Yo, again. Dude, I just made a song. And I'm excited. I'm really excited about it, dude. This song's a banger, and people are not gonna like it. They're not gonna like it. People are gonna love it. There's definitely gonna be some people that don't like it. No particular reason. I mean, well, this video particularly is not about the song. It's about not giving a fuck. Because you can't please everybody. Like, so easy to be, well, I wouldn't say it's easy to be a people pleaser, but it's easy to want to be a people pleaser. And you can't please everybody. It's impossible to please everyone without being inauthentic or disingenuous. It's very superficial, and it's just not possible. I definitely am guilty of this. But you just gotta learn to say fuck it, dude. Like, some people aren't gonna like your shit, some people aren't gonna agree with you. And it's so taxing to always be thinking, what does this other person want? I sent the song to a lot of people. My buddy and I were talking about this, and it's so easy when you make music and you're excited about it to want to send it to everyone and see what they say about it, see what criticisms they have. But really, what difference does it make? I mean, unless there's someone with a lot of credentials and really has been doing it for a while, knows what they're talking about, tells you to tweak something that might carry something. But if you send it to someone who doesn't make music and they give you their opinion, is it really going to change anything? Is it going to make you less excited about it? So it's really pointless. I'm not saying it's like a bad thing to send to people, but you really don't have to. Today we're smoking a San Cristobal Revelation. This is a cigar that I got a box of, and I'm very happy about that because this is a fine premium cigar, and the dude hooked me up with a deal. Like, I'm thoroughly enjoying this, and I'm excited for every single one in the box. There's some caramel. It's almost like a little sweet. And my neighbor's grilling out right now, so it's a very, very nice pairing with the smoke in the air. Definitely some coffee in there. It's like a light cloud, but very certainly full body. Look, it burns very nicely. It's not so dark like a Maduro, but very, very flavorful. Almost like a maple syrup, like banana pancake. Like sweet. It's like a little sweet. Like a nice little sweet touch, you know? You gotta have some sweetness and everything. You know, you like to have a little sweet little twist to whatever it is. Even a bitter cigar. But it's just, you can't call this cigar bitter. Dude, do you know how important it is to tell the truth? Lying is a trap. It only leads to further lies, which just cascades in a snowball effect to a disaster. Starting with the smallest lie, because you got to protect the OG lie. When you're trying to please everyone, that requires lying, whether it's lying about your beliefs, lying about, you know, anything, your opinions, what he said or she said. If you tell the truth always, you're gonna hurt some feelings and you're gonna have some disagreements. Is there anything in the world that every single person agrees with? You might say yes, like the grass is green, but you would be surprised, dude. You would freaking be surprised. People don't even think that there's only two genders, genuinely. I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine who, he's a skeptic. I mean, I'm skeptical about things, but I would say obvious things to him and he'd be like, the whole thing about like we can't prove that my perception of color is the same as someone else's, and anything I would say, like, do we breathe oxygen? He'd be like, well, we just trust science, but I'm like, bro, come on. When you're a people pleaser, it kind of sounds nice, pleasing everyone at first, but it's not good. Like, if you could please everyone, oh my gosh, you would be president of the world. But it requires lying. There's a great quote from Andrew Clements, who is Mark Twain. Mark Twain was his alias. He says, if you always tell the truth, you never have to remember what you said. That's kind of my approach to these videos. I think people are scared of saying something wrong. And I definitely say some out-of-pocket shit sometimes. But I have a core desire to seek the truth and to know the truth, because there's one truth. I think keeping that at the core, I don't have to go back and like check to make sure what I said to see if everything lines up. Because you'll be corrected. If you accidentally lie or accidentally say something that's not true, you'll be corrected. Then you gotta learn from that. Check this out. You see that? That's a week. That is 1 week. It's not all me, but it's mostly me. That's me. All the small ones are my roommate. That's what a man's patio looks like, brother. That's a man's back patio right there. Just an ashtray of fat stogies. Yeah, so I made this song. People aren't gonna like it, and I don't really give a shit because I love it, and it's got freaking bars, and it comes from a good place. It flows. I didn't make the beat, but the beat freaking hits. Like, there's definitely some sensation to be gained from this song. And if you don't care about pleasing everyone, only God, then you can justify what you're doing with scripture. It's so freeing. It requires some studying, but if you truly believe, then you will desire to learn more and to know the truth and to know what's right and wrong, good and bad. My mom used to always say, she's like infamous for this in our house. She would say, the worst thing you could do is lie. She said, that's the worst thing you can do. I know God judges all sin equally. Like, we have these laws and these not regulations, but these kind of parameters of like, this is worse than this. Like, killing is worse than stealing. And then there's cheating in there somewhere, and then, punching someone in the face versus kicking someone in the balls versus flicking someone. We see it all like this, but from God's perspective, it's all, bam, straight line, all the same, all sin. Sin is like I learned this recently, it's a archery term. You aim for the bullseye. The amount of distance from the target is sin. So sin is things that separate you from God. She'd say, lying is the worst thing you can do. And I would always be like, there's some worse things. But it's good. If you truly believe it's the worst thing you can do, like, no one wants to do the worst thing they can do, So if you believe that, then it'll prevent you from lying, which will pay dividends down the road. But I'd come back at it and be like, well, what if you kill somebody? Like, would you rather me lie to you or kill you? She'd be like, well, if you kill somebody and then you lie about it afterwards, that's worse than just killing somebody. I'm like, maybe you got a point there, because then you're not repenting. If you're lying about it, there's no remorse. Also, who gives a shit what people think? Like, if you're being righteous, on the other end of the spectrum, if you don't give a shit what people think and you're not being righteous, then like, what are you even doing, you know? Pleasing everyone requires too much thinking, unnecessary thinking. Like, you could spend so long thinking about how is this person going to react? How can I manipulate this person to like me? But if you really want someone to be in your life, you would do yourself a favor by just being yourself. And then if they like you and for who you are, then you don't even have to try. Rather than being like, oh, this person likes basketball, so I gotta, play basketball, or this person likes this TV series, so I gotta watch this whole 10-season series, hours upon hours, a week of time of your life just to please this person, even if you don't like it. Like, the best thing that you can do and the best advice you can give anyone in any scenario is also the hardest thing to do, and that's to be yourself. Tell someone to be themselves, whether they're going on a date, interviewing for a job, for a school. Be yourself, unapologetically. Be genuine, authentic. It's not easy, because like, what does that mean, Be yourself. Okay, I'm Wilkins. What does that mean? I've thought about this some. Like, first and foremost, I am a son of God, not the son of God. I am a follower of Jesus. Let me rephrase that. And then you think about your interests, I like music, I like to be creative, whatever it is for you. You might like sports. I love sports. It's a lot to do with your interests. And it also has to do with what you do. What's your occupation? Are you a student? What are you studying? Why are you studying that? Do you have a job? Do you like your job? What's your role? How do you treat other people, Now, don't overthink this. Don't answer all these questions and be like, okay, this is who I am. Just don't think. Just be, just do. Think less. Don't even, just do it and it'll happen. You might slip up and you'd be like, oh, I don't like that person that did that. I treated this person this way and I don't like that, so I'm going to change that because I don't want that to be my character. One of my best friends from college, we were talking about things, and when you're a kid, everyone's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an astronaut. I think it's funny how astronaut is the kind of the epitome of like the biggest thing. It's like always astronaut and then like doctor/lawyer, or it's like astronaut, president, doctor/lawyer, but it's astronaut, because if you think about it, they have to have everything. They gotta be an engineer, they gotta be smart, they gotta be good on the fly, under high pressure, literal physical pressure, or lack of, because space is a vacuum, but it's a pressurized container that you're in. You got to be in like peak physical shape, because space takes a toll on your body. You got to know medicine, biology, physics, chemistry. You got to be physically fit. You got to be brave. It's sick. My buddy and I were talking. He was like, what if we took a different approach to the question, or to the answer of it? Rather than saying an occupation, you say, I want to be a man of good character. There's 2 bands. We're taking off the Revelation band. I want to be a man of good character. What does that look like? People like to be like, my life's a movie. Directed by Tarantino. A man of good character, you're the good guy. There is a difference between good and evil, and you're on the side of good. Always. We're gonna sin, but we correct ourselves and we grow and get stronger. The feeling of freedom, like when you just feel like you can do whatever you want, your belly's full, you know, even if you're in debt. I was gonna say you're debt free, but even if you're in debt, I was sitting on the couch the other day, just smoked a cigar, I was watching a show. I don't watch a lot of TV, but this day I was. And I was just thinking deep, you know, I was indulging in thought, not good. But I did, something popped into my mind. It's like, what would you do if you could do whatever you want? And I was like, well, I'm kind of doing whatever I want right now. I want to watch this show. I just smoked a cigar. It's pretty nice. In life, obviously, you have to do things that you don't want to do. You got to go through things you don't want to, like losing a loved one or a breakup, whatever it is. But the freedom of not giving a fuck. This is what enables you to sing karaoke when you're sober, or approach a girl who's way out of your league. It gives you confidence because you don't care. You know where your heart's at. So many guys won't approach a girl because of fear of being a creep. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get called a creep. Like, you can't please everyone, but you're not a creep. You know you're not a creep unless you're a creep. Just this blind confidence is so freeing. It enables you to take risks in life. Put out music that you're not sure people will like. Everyone might hate it. Here's the thing though. This is what I learned. People are scared of being cringe, you know, caring what other people think. Here's how you decide what's cringe and what isn't cringe. If you post something, release something, if the numbers are low, it's cringe. If the numbers are high, it doesn't matter what it is. You could be doing a stupid ass dance, but if you're getting 5 million views, no one's gonna be like, that's cringe. They're gonna be like, that's good. You could post the sickest song, and if it gets 5 views, like over a span of a week, it's like, that's essentially 0. That's probably all 5 are you. Then that's cringe. Someone comes upon it and they're like, ooh, like, no one likes this, so I don't like this. So these are people letting the internet tell them what to like and not like. Do you really want to please those people? Because the internet says some wacko shit. Embrace the cringe, dude. Freaking embrace the cringe. Here's the other thing. If you post something you're hype about and it gets no views and you're like, shit, like, people are gonna see this, like, they're really not. It's only been seen 5 times by you. So if no one sees it, then no one sees it. So then it's like no one even knows, so you're good. It's like I got freaking like 12 subscribers right now. I mean, I think these videos are kind of cool, but that doesn't even mean the world doesn't. It just hasn't reached them yet, whatever it is that you're doing. I also think everyone should post something, whether it's like a picture on Instagram or a video like this. Like, this is sort of like a journal. Like, I have all these notes of thoughts in my phone where I was always like, if I die, I want everything about me to be exposed, all the photos on my camera, all the thoughts and notes on my phone. But I was like, dude, if I just post it, then it's on the internet forever. Someone might stumble across it. It's like a journal, like a virtual journal. Like, if the disciples had video cameras, I'm sure things would be a lot more clear about what was going on back then. But I think everyone should post stuff. If you're creative, freaking paint a picture and put it out there. You might want to keep it, but just offer it up for sale and see what it goes for. You don't have to actually sell it. Put stuff out though. The internet, can certainly be abused, and it's not all a glorious place by any means. But social media, as much as I am not a fan, I think it has its uses. I don't think it's all bad. I think if you post, then it's good. Not necessarily to let people know what you're up to, but to document things. I think it's nice to catch up and see what old friends are up to, and family members that you might not live close to or may only see on the holidays, or not even that. I have a cousin who lives in Australia. Now that come to think of it, I don't even follow him on anything, but I'm very curious. I know he has got a restaurant. Very curious how that's going and what even it's called or what they sell. But I think that's a benefit to social media. Everyone should put stuff out. It's also like an accountability thing. On the other side, the bad side of it, what I think most people are doing is strictly consuming and over consuming, not posting anything. I'm not the biggest Instagram guy, but I got some TikToks here and there. TikTok is probably my least favorite. But what I did is I put all my social media onto a tablet, so I can't get distracted by it on my phone. So I sit down, I have a set aside time with the timer set. This is my work time or my social media catch up, 1 hour, not even every day. Boom, go on Instagram, go on whatever, post something. But yeah, so many people are just consuming, not producing. It's actually preventing them from producing and maybe even discouraging them. Because yes, we all know social media is not an accurate portrayal of everyone's lives, because everyone goes through shit. You need to. If you don't, then you're not going to know that things are good. But yeah, we don't always post the filth. Some people do. I've certainly put up some posts of some close friends that I felt obliged to acknowledge and recognize for the relationship we had and the things that they've done. So that's some filth. Loss of loved ones. But people have bad days where they cry and just eat ice cream and watch bad stuff. You're not going to post like, hey, just got off the hub and just finished a tub. Little hub and tub. You're not posting that. So it'll give you something productive to do. And who knows, something may come of it. You post a song and it runs up, Oliver Anthony music. I have a lot to say about that release. He freaking recorded that on like what's the freaking Android or some phone that's not an iPhone, just a phone. He pulled the MP3 from that video, just the worst pretty much quality you can get, and just threw it out there and then ran it up. Social media makes people millionaires. I know people personally who are millionaires because of social media. Not saying you need to be a millionaire, but that's certainly life-changing and puts you in a position to help other people and serve others, provide for your loved ones. But if you give a shit about what people think, you're never gonna succeed. You're never gonna do anything. You're never gonna have that feeling of accomplishment. I, for one, haven't seen any amazing success from social media things, but I certainly get that feeling of accomplishment just finishing this song today. It's amazing. It was a productive day. You can't give a damn. Quite frankly, dear, I don't give a damn. Just rumination, dude. Just the downward spiral of negative thoughts. It's toxic. Bad for the brain, bad for the heart. I'm pretty sure it causes heart disease, which is, I think, the #1 cause of death in America. Funny how that works. You'll learn stuff about yourself too, especially if you create. And you stop caring about what other people think. You care about what you want to do and become. What do you want most out of life? Then you can set goals and you can work towards something. But if you care, then you're going to find yourself doing something that is not good and that you don't want to do just for the sake of what? for the sake of a maybe someone will like this person you're trying to please in that moment, that is going to displease someone else, probably someone who would benefit you if they were in your circle. The cigar is kind of a quick smoke. I think this has probably been more than 10 minutes, so this might be like a 25-minute. Or I smoke them, as you can see. I smoke these things down to the bizzut. Like that is a little nubski. You know, in my heyday, I might would light one of those up, but I just got so many now. Fine cigars, San Cristobal. Anyways, hope you have a blessed day, blessed week, blessed life. And just don't give a shit. Don't even give a shit what I think. And not that you would, but just try to challenge yourself. Set a goal. Do something crazy that you think would be cool or fun, or that you would be proud of, that you know, something that you know someone will not like. Like freaking sing a Screamo song at karaoke, dude. And everyone in that room is going to be like, oh, turn it off. But, you know, you tip to Skip, the host, the karaoke guy. They're making money. You're having a good time. And you show the courage and confidence to go up there and perform and be funny and not take yourself too seriously. Joe Rogan said that his greatest insight when he did ayahuasca, which apparently shows you your life purpose, which is like crazy. He said his biggest insight was he needs to take himself less seriously. And now he's Joe freaking Rogan. Who cares? Who cares? You can't please everyone, dude. It's just impossible. And I was a slave to being a people pleaser. But life just feels different when you don't care. And the people that stick around when you're being unapologetically yourself, those are the best relationships. You have genuine love for those people. Like you just want to tell them and hug them and dap them up and buy them a steak and have a cigar with them and learn about them. And through that, you learn about yourself. The ones that stick around, that's because they like you for you, not because of the things you did or said or agree with. Or like, can you imagine a life just liking someone because of their beliefs? Like, you don't care who they are, what they've done. You know, maybe they're a murderer, but they, you know, whatever. Who cares, man? Embrace the cringe. Embrace the cringe, baby. It's the year of the cringe. Like when you're having fun, you can't lose. I get flamed in these comments on TikTok. Not always, you know. I get some love, and I like when that happens. But it makes me laugh, the creativeness of these people. I shit you not. I need to post this. This would probably go viral. I have a video that I put on TikTok, and there are either 40 or 60-ish comments total from 2 people. And it is these 2 dudes. Someone was like, this is ass. And then someone responded to them, and they were like, you don't even know how hard this is. And then they were like, dude, shut up, blah, 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 blah. And they're going back and forth like sentences. Like one comment would be like 3 sentences, which is like a paragraph. And it gets to the point, it is so entertaining, and I'm laughing. This all started from a roast to me. And shout out to my guy who was sticking up for me. But it got so personal between them. They were going on each other's pages and stalking their content and roasting them for it. They're like, dude, your girl doesn't even want you back. This video I posted has like 200 views, like nothing. No one is seeing this. And they are just passionately going at it. I don't even know how it ended or if it's even ended. It might be at like 1 million comments by now, but it's so hilarious that these people are spending the time and are genuinely concerned about this person. Like, why do you even care about dissing this dude? And do you think he's gonna like you from that? Do you care about it? Like, what are you gaining out of this? You're just wasting your time rotting in your parents' basement. Like, do something, bro. Post something.